Hi grade ones! Here's some new math for this week. We're still working on subtraction to 20, but we're going to be doing a lot of practice this week. So we're going to go through the worksheet and we're going to cover a couple things. The first thing I really want you to remember though is to find a strategy that's really good for you and that works, and then to keep using it, okay? So you can see the very first page, we still have some strategy tools up there if you need them. So there's the number line there and there's the 10 frames. If you also have your name tag at home that has a hundreds chart on it, and it also has a number line on it too, you can use that if you need. Or if you prefer using, if you like using objects and you like to count them out, then just make sure that you have at least 20 objects to help you, okay? So as you can see, there's lots and lots of pages just for you to start practicing, okay? It's really important that we get lots and lots of practice when we're doing addition and subtraction, because that's how we get better at it. The more we practice it, the easier it becomes. Okay, so all these pages are practice, and then we see this true and false page. So what I'm going to do is, there's no shapes on your page, so you need to go up and click the shapes button up top, shapes, and then you need to find a circle, and then you're just going to put it in where you think. Okay. Now remember, when I put it in, it'll be like that because it means it's filled in. So I'm going to go up to the paint can and I'm just going to put transparent. And remember, we learned about that word in science, and that means that we can see through. So there we go. There's a circle on there. And that's how we're going to do that for that page. And we've done this page before on another math. So the very last page is really what I'd like to talk about. Now, we did this a long time ago when we were doing addition and subtraction to 10. These are our fact families. And remember, we had the houses, and we can just use 3 numbers and we can come up with 4 different math equations using just 3 numbers. So remember, when we do addition, so we'll look at these 2 first equations here. When we do addition, Gus the Plus tells us he brings things together and the sum always gets bigger. So I can look at the 3 numbers and I know that Gus the Plus makes the number the biggest when it's the sum. So my biggest number, if I look here, is 15. So I'm going to say that that's going to be the sum, because Gus the Plus always makes the number bigger at the end. The sum is always the biggest with Gus the Plus. So I know 15 can go here. And then I have numbers 7 and 8 left. Now, do you guys remember, if I put a 7 in here and an 8 in here, and I put my 15 over here, what do I do on the next equation to make this a different equation? Good. All I'm going to do is flip the numbers. Good. All right, so now we're going to talk about Linus the minus. So these 2 equations at the bottom here. So Linus the minus, he always takes away, and the sum with Linus the minus always gets less. It gets smaller. So do you remember my trick in class? I always said with Gus the Plus, our largest number goes at the end, but with Linus the minus, our largest number goes at the beginning. So I'm always going to start with the biggest number at the beginning, because we start with lots and then Linus the minus starts taking away. So now I have numbers 7 and 8 still left. So what am I going to do with them? If I put a 7 in here, what number goes there? Good. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to flip-flop them now on the next number sentence, the next equation. So instead of the 7 there, I'm going to put an 8 there and a 7 there. So I hope you guys remember when we did this. We did this lots with addition and subtraction to 10. Okay? If you need any help, please let me know and I'd love to help you. Okay? Just let your parent know and they can message me or email me. I hope you guys have fun learning this week. Bye!